Hi, I'm Les Carpenter. This is my second attempt at getting this video up on YouTube. It got rejected because they said it contained inaccuracies. What? How can it contain inaccuracies? This is a truthful tale of how I managed to stop smoking. Okay? There's no inaccuracies about it whatsoever. I don't know whether some people high up in YouTube are got shares in tobacco companies or vape companies or whatever, or patch companies. Maybe it's them that had it taken down or stopped me putting it up. But anyway, this is the story how it goes. When many years ago, I must have been in my 20s, you're talking about 50 years ago, easy 50 years ago, I wanted to stop smoking. I was ex-Navy, used to smoking loads and loads of duty-free cigarettes, and I was on like 60 a day, and I needed to stop. And whenever I tried, I couldn't get rid of the cravings. I had to go back and have a cigarette. It was terrible. The cravings was the thing I was really fighting against. And I come up with my own technique. I call it my own technique because I've never seen it anywhere on any of the internet, or any of YouTube, or any other media channels. I've never seen anything like this. Now, I regard it as my own little invention, if you like. It's not really an invention. It's just to try and help you stop smoking and get rid of the cravings, which was my problem. It might not be yours, but it was my problem. And that's what we're talking about, my problems. Okay, there's no inaccuracies on this video. It's all related to how I managed to stop smoking. The simple answer is this. I found that you could suck on a cigarette, or a finger if you like, and at the same time exhale through the nose, having pre-filled my lungs with air. So you can try it yourself, right? You have to take a deep breath and breathe slowly through your nose while sucking on a finger or a cigarette. You find you can do it. Now that means that as you take cigarette smoke into your mouth, it doesn't go any further, hopefully, than your mouth, because you've got this airflow coming up from your lungs. The cigarette smoke is just contained in your mouth, and you can use your tongue to get the taste of it. And then just before your lungs run out of air, you just blow the whole lot out, like you see vapors do nowadays. A big cloud of steam or whatever they use comes out. Well, you just blow out all your smoke from your mouth. So you've achieved a couple of things here. A, you've smoked a cigarette without it actually going into your lungs, hopefully. And secondly, you've removed a lot of the nicotine intake. True, you still get some on your tongue, and that's an intake, so you do get some nicotine in there. But the harmful tar and all that that's in the smoke, that's gone, right? You never inhaled that into your lungs, and that's the nasty part of smoking. It's the tar, in my opinion, okay? YouTube might flag it up as an inaccuracy, so I have to be careful. This is what I believe, whether it's right or wrong. Okay, so that's all you do. You just, every time you go to take a drag of a cigarette, first of all, fill your lungs with air, breathe through your nose, and then blow it all out before your lungs run out of air, and just get rid of all the smoke. Now, it's hard to do this because at first you want to take the smoke down, but you got to try and overcome that. You just got to religiously breathe out slowly through your nose so none of the smoke actually goes down into your lungs, and at the last moment blow everything away. And if you can do this every drag you take of the cigarette, I guarantee that after 1 or 2 days you'll do it automatically. It's just like when you get in the car and you put the seatbelt on, it's an automatic thing. And you do the same with a cigarette. You go, take a deep breath before you actually take a draw. And of course, having taken a deep breath, you can't drag any more into your lungs, can you? Because they're already full of air. But what you do is you suck on the cigarette and just draw it into your mouth. That's where all the cigarette smoke is kept in your mouth. So, get a nice taste of it with the tongue and then blow it all out and get rid of it. I guarantee if you do that for about 3 to 4 weeks, then just pack up. Just stop smoking. You'll find the cravings seem to have gone. They did with me. Okay? I've got to watch this YouTube inaccuracy thing again. I'm just saying, with me, I didn't have any of those cravings. And I was quite happy to just stick the last cigarette away in a box somewhere and forget about them. And it lasted for about 20 odd years before, like an idiot, I was tempted to try a cigarette again. Out of curiosity, really. Don't know why, but I did. Unfortunately, it was like instant addiction again. I had to go and buy a packet of cigarettes. And I was back on the old cigarette trail again, which lasted, I think, about another 20 years. Cost of cigarettes gone through the roof. I was soon back up to 60 a day, nearly £1,000 a month on cigarettes. That's crazy. So I had to do something. So I went back to my old technique. Big breath in, breathe out through the nose, draw into your mouth, and then blow it all out. And I did that again for 3 weeks and then decided to stop. And no cravings, nothing. My body was used to having virtually no nicotine into it compared to what I used to. And everything was fine. I still haven't stopped smoking, and that was like, I think about 3-4 years ago. I've been off of them now. And it was damn sight harder the second time round, I can assure you. If you've given up and you go back accidentally or just stupidity, have a cigarette and you find yourself back on them again, you'll find it much harder to pack up the second time around than it was the first time. Now, YouTube, you can flag that up as an inaccuracy if you want to, but that's how I found it. Okay, I'm not making any lie out of this. I found it much harder to stop the second time round, and in the end I decided to try my method again of all those years ago, and it worked. I just stopped smoking. People say, how did you manage just to stop smoking? And I explained to them what I did. They seem to be a little bit interested, but I don't think they've actually tried it. But anyway, you don't have to try it. You don't have to. If you want to believe YouTube and say, oh, it's inaccurate, okay, fine. All I'm telling you is it worked for me on 2 occasions, and I'm pretty damn certain if you give it a try, it might actually work for you as well. So, no more vapes, no more patches, no more false cigarettes that you can smoke on. Forget all that. You want to get away from nicotine. You don't want to start taking these, Nicolette things, whatever they're called, that contain nicotine in them. I mean, you're still taking nicotine. You're still getting addicted to something else now. Do away with all that lot. Follow my advice. Carry on smoking your normal cigarettes using my technique of reducing the intake of nicotine and, of course, the nasty tar-filled smoke which you blow straight out. Okay? Just do that for 3 weeks and then try packing in. It might not work. I hope it does. But if it doesn't, you haven't really lost anything, have you? I'm hoping that it'll work for you and then you'll start saving an awful lot of money. Bye-bye. Best of luck.